All right, so we're coming back to the notes. Everybody is still wondering where the notebook is located. For Ms. Farias' class, your notes are under physics notes. We made some calculating velocity that did not belong to your notebook, but then you have a digital notebook. So this goes on a paper notebook, and this goes into the digital notebook. So we're going into the digital notebook again today. And you should already have your graphing notes filled, and you should already have your expressing motion using graph. On this side, we are not going to do the velocity time graph. It's not on the test, so we're not going to worry about this one. But on this side, we're going to move on to expressing motion using math. So expressing motion using math. So now we're going to be doing some calculations. And we've already talked about these definitions because we've already talked about distance. Distance is the measurement of how far something has moved. And its unit, I'm going to write this down, units are in meters, always in meters. I still see some centimeters and I've been seeing some miles per hour. We are always in meters. We use the metric system in science. And down here, we're going to talk about velocity. You already talked about velocity. We talked about the slope of a PT graph is the velocity. So velocity is how fast something is moving. And its unit is meters per second. And then the last one is acceleration. And acceleration is determined if something is speeding up or slowing down. So speeding up or slowing down. And when we started doing our calculations, you are going to see these equations. So d equals vt, v equals df minus di over t, and acceleration equals vf minus vi over t. For this equation, you could technically use this equation to find velocity and time as long as you have distance. This one you can use to find velocity, but if it's asking for an initial distance, we can use this one as well. If we're looking for a final distance, maybe you're going to use this one. So any of these variables could be the unknown, not necessarily just velocity. Same goes for acceleration. So it could ask you for how long did it take to accelerate, and then this would be an appropriate equation because it has the acceleration. So don't worry just yet about which equation should I use. We will walk you through what equation to use, but I do want to give you the unit for this one. It's meters per second. So it's how fast you are going, how fast you're increasing in velocity every second. That's what meters per second stand for. You will also see meters per second squared.